But anyways, off the Vince McMahon subject, we can get into predictions for Night of Champions coming up. I have the full match card listed right here. Let's see here. All right,
And one thing is, it's been confirmed that both King and Queen of the Ring finals will be on the first hour of ESPN.
very true.
So,
That's
so
that's
we
been a
know,
pattern.
yeah, so we know those two matches will be kicking off.
That's been a pattern since WrestleMania
And I
for the
do
first
like
hour.
that because I feel like they are putting the more like high quality, entertaining matches first. I do like that.
Right. All right.
I
So
do.
United States Championship match: Trick Williams, the champion, defending against Ricky Saints. Ricky Saints, this is his first match at a singles championship here on the main roster in WWE.
And his
Former,
first pay-per-view match.
right, exactly. Um, Altogether, I think this could be a really great match against, Saints and Trick Williams. I just don't think they're going to put the title on Ricky
It's
Saints
Trick. Yeah,
just yet.
it's Trick's gonna retain here, especially because I don't think him and the story with him and Mello are done yet.
Right,
And I think that's where inevitably this leads to next,
right,
because inevitably at the end of the day, I do think Carmelo is the one to take the U.S. title off a Trick.
right. And look at,
So
and that's a
I
huge
do,
SummerSlam match considering the history between Mello and Trick.
yeah, and we already know without a shadow of a doubt those two are gonna put on a banger. Um,
Right.
so but yeah, I think Trick Williams here. I don't think Trick's losing.
Then you have the Women's United States Championship match: Tiffany Stratton versus Jade Cargill. Uh,
Uh, Tiffany Stratton.
yeah,
Just
yeah.
because I feel like Jade and Charlotte aren't done yet, and this is why I think Charlotte gets involved.
I mean, honestly though, I could see it going either way. If they want to have another shock win at keeping Jade Cargill strong, and maybe
But also she stood tall on because, like I said, I already saw what happened on SmackDown. She stood tall, and you know what that means.
you just don't want to because Jade Cargill was women's champion for a long time, and then if she were to lose again here to Tiffany Stratton, that's really putting her, downgrading her on the roster. And so I don't know what if they want to give her another loss, but again, I can also see them keeping Tiffany
The,
Stratton strong.
the reason I think Tiffany retains is because I think the end goal is Blake Monroe takes the title off of Tiffany Stratton
Mm, mm,
because Blake Monroe did just debut
true, true.
yesterday.
All right, yeah.
So I think it's Tiffany Stratton. And like I said, I think Charlotte gets involved because I do think we get Charlotte and Jade Cargill at SummerSlam.
Mm, yeah. Um, you got the rubber match here: Seth Rollins versus Braun Breaker in a steel cage match.
I gotta go with Seth here. I think they gotta get him away from this feud. And also a fun fact: Seth Rollins has never lost a steel cage match.
Hmm. I would agree with you, but like, man, Braun Breaker needs a big victory here. He just needs a big victory again. Like, you want to keep this guy strong. You want to be able to keep this guy as a focal point going forward into the main event scene. Going forward, I mean, again, a loss doesn't hurt Seth Rollins as much as it hurts Braun Breaker. But I do think in my brain, thinking about it, I do see Seth Rollins getting the victory. I just think that a loss for Braun Breaker would be much more damaging.
Yeah, but yeah, I'm going with Seth just because I definitely feel like they you could tell they definitely want to run back Roman and Seth for the title. That's why I'm saying Seth will win because I feel like that'll probably be next in line for him.
Hmm. True. True.
Um, but
Yeah,
then you also have the King of the Ring factor too.
right. So lots of different ways they can go here. Again, you still have Austin Theory as a healthy member of the Vision. Can end up costing
And
Seth
maybe
Rollins.
and maybe we see a returning Bronson Reed.
Returning Bronson Reed, or we see somebody else being added to the Vision here.
Or because we haven't seen him in a couple of weeks, what if we see the Walrus himself return, Paul Heyman?
Yeah. anything here, right? And so my brain says Seth Rollins. My heart wants Braun Breaker to win this because I just think he needs big win. He got the big win at WrestleMania, but again, you need to carry momentum here for
I mean,
Braun Breaker.
Backlash.
Yeah, sorry, Backlash.
Seth did win the match on Raw.
Right,
But
right,
also, to be fair, even if Braun loses, he still technically has a losing record against Seth because that would make him 2-3
right. And
because
so,
Seth beat him at NXT.
right. Um, yeah, I
So
want.
what? What? So no. So if Braun would win, then that technically would mean it would be 2-2.
Mhm. Again, maybe it's not even the rubber match. I just feel like it's the blow off here. But again, I think they have Seth Rollins win. All right. Queen of the Ring Tournament Finals. Io Sky versus Liv Morgan. We talked
EO.
about this earlier. It's Io all the way here.
It's EO. It's EO, and we both said there's going to be some sort of finish, whether it's Stephanie Vaquer or the Judgment Day.
Yep.
We both, you and I, literally have the exact same mindset coming into this match.
Right. Um, then you have the King of the Ring, Jey Uso versus Obafemi. Again,
Where
another
we
one that we
where we
talked
both
about.
differ, but we also have the same mindset because we've both said it's going either way.
Right.
I just think it's Oba because I think yes, well Brock may interfere. You also can't rule out well what if LA Knight
Yeah.
interfered.
Yeah.
That's why I'm saying I think Oba has a chance because it's like you can't rule out LA Knight getting involved in this
Right. So again, more hoopla in this King of the Ring finals.
or Gaga as you said.
Gaga. And I think Brock Lesnar interferes and costs Oba the King of the Ring, and we see King Yeet.
We need to see the ruler. The ruler needs his
I'm
crown.
gonna hit you with the ruler. Um, all right, and then last but not least, undisputed WWE title match: Cody Rhodes versus Gunther versus Sami Zayn.
I'm going with Sammy here. I'm going with Sammy for a couple reasons. One, they've been reiterating the fact. What's the one championship Sammy hasn't won in his career?
The world title.
Championship.
Yeah,
Two, they're in Saudi Arabia. He's loved in Saudi Arabia.
right. Now look. I think you're 100% right in all that. I just do they really take the title off of Cody Rhodes before SummerSlam? SummerSlam? That's that's a big question right there. It's a big
Yeah, that's
question.
true. Especially because we still have a Randy Orton. Where's he
Right,
been? But that's unfinished business still.
right. So again, I think there's
And then
like
even though we haven't seen him in a while because he's filming another movie, you still have Drew McIntyre.
true. Now look, I think it's more likely Cody Rhodes retains, even though I don't want to see that. Um, second behind that, I think it's likely that Sami Zayn gets a token title run here, a big win in Saudi Arabia, and I think the least uh bit of scenario here is that Gunther wins. Um, yeah, a Gunther win would be shocking, to be
Because
honest.
this is what I think is happening. It's either Gunther or Sammy taking the pin. I don't think Cody takes the pin. I would be
Right.
shocked if Cody takes the pin.
Right. Again, I would love to see Sami Zayn win the title. I just don't think my brain is telling me Cody Rhodes retains.
Well, because we know Cody's probably pulling out his wallet. Triple H be like, okay, how much you want? How much you want?
Right. Exactly. But yeah, that's a pretty good match card for Night of
And
Champions.
I honestly, I think Night of Champions has potential to be a good pay per view.
I think so too. It's just a matter of capitalization here. Look at all the pay-per-views have the potential to be good. It's a matter of how
And it
they
and it's and
execute.
it's and it's like we've said, it's been kind of a trend. The ones that aren't really being hyped up as much are usually the ones that end up being some of the better shows of the whole year.
Right.
Like look at Backlash. Backlash, in my opinion, was is one of the better shows of 2026.
At Backlash.
Yeah. If you ask me, I think Backlash has been one of the better pay per views of 2026.
Yeah. I think so. But again, Night of Champions has a lot to it. They have the King of the Ring. They have some other storylines going into it, and I think this has the potential to be a good one. Again, it's all about execution.